The National Framework Agreement with the client UPS for the protection of rights and salary for indirect workers, warehousers, and drivers, December 2019 and February of 2020. The Trade Union Representation of Direct and Indirect Unit Order on Boundaries on UPS. With this agreement, the protections of the drivers are improved. Historically, the most syndicated area and the protections are extended to all the workers of the UPS supply chain, therefore to the stores. The agreement divided into two parts that signed on the 4th of December 2019 and the one signed on the 5th of February 2020. We are late with this discussion, May 2020 already, not for our delays or lacks, but for the pandemic that hit Italy and the world, in which had the most affected area, our region and Lombardy. 8th of March 2010, after 30 years of presence in Italy, UPS signs the first agreement. The multinational makes it basic and universal law. But even the sector contractuals start the match of rights. Different attempts were before and during this period organizing initiative with the drivers, but with poor success. The conditions were still extreme. Only in 2014-2015, we started to aggregate and build a stable presence of organized workers, the drivers. The fight was learned. The huge difficulties UPS service providers had brutal servable and master exploitation as a model. There were no aggressions determining some guarantees as a slow but significant process of discriminatory dismissal, but the construction of trade union that expresses itself as its maximum levels with the formation of a national coordination agreement. Of that agreement was an important step for all. We did not underwrite it in Milan because lack of elements that we have defensively defined in recognition of the adequate professionalism and the reduction of working hours. We expressed this strongly with 2 days of strike action, even without the support of the trade unions. Today, we say that the experience was necessary because today the theme remains always present, and the 2019 agreement remains an advance on the worsening changes of 2017 CCNL. Without forgetting that our main goal remains firm. Number 1, to achieve improvements in rights and wages and the internalization of workers in the UPS supply chain. Number 2, a democratic and participatory management of trade union action with all the OSS available, provided that decisions are taken in the assembly with the workers and not by placing the flags of the trade unions for their own propagandist visibility. We are the union. Workers are the union. Agreement of 4 of December 2019. 1. The agreement applies to all companies operating for UPS. 59 on flexibility through the Institute of the Disease, Article 63, to finish Article 67 on availability. Number 2, subcontracts are not allowed. Number 3, every reality may have a contract, service contract. If they rely on consortium, they cannot submit more than 2 service companies that refer to it. Number 4, the trusts must be registered in the National Register of Cooperative Societies. Number 5, all companies will apply integrative health, bilateral bodies, PDRs, RLS appointments. And for the last, number 6, rule assemblies at the beginning or end of work. In the event of a change of contract, communication to the territorial and corporate union structures at least 25 days before. 1. Trade union negotiations for the transition from one company to another. We have a different opinion from other trade unions, and we have reaffirmed that here. We are for the seamless, direct transition to the same condition as we have acquired, including trade union rights. 2. expected to trade a productivity premium. For the production premium, workers and companies who ask for it to extend working hours to 44 hours as for CCNL, in exchange for 2 hours of roll calculated on the actual presence in the entire week, including 104 PS. Since the weeks are 52, at least 44 are working, so the maximum value is at least another 88 hours of annual value permits, or 11 days, to be agreed at the company level. For the working time, contract of work as for the CCNL goods or logistics, 39 hours. The stringence on the correct allocation of overtime, holidays, nights, shift, etc. The daily, weekly, monthly, ordinary working hours do not respect the rules governing it. If not complied with, automatic exclusion of the contract. About specific flexibility needs on the distribution and change of working hours, there will be territorial agreements that recognize an uneasiness allowance with a reference point. Number 1, definition of daily shift work tapes. Number 2, broken shifts are as per CCNL and law. Number 3, multifunctionality of tasks. Contractual framework. Recognition of professionalism in UPS warehouses based on the different and technical knowledge and skills are required. Competence must be matched at the contractual level. Joint examination for the determination of classing levels and career progress on the basis of skills acquired with seniority or internal training. Minimum contract, 5th, achievable in 24 months. Production premium or welfare. Discussion in every branch. Ticket restaurant. Electronic ticket, minimum value 6 euros. At the territorial level, the minimum benefits will be defined to use them. A. This agreement must be implemented within 6 months of the date of the subscription. B. 3-year validity. Expiration of 5th February 2023. C. Half-yearly audits. D. UPS collects the company agreements. E. Full and complete eligibility even of the next economic part. Agreement of the 5th of February. Extension of the agreement also to indirect agencies throughout the country. Time of work, 39 hours in 5 days, from Mondays to Fridays. Number 1, time of work to start and end work available to the company to carry out its activity in A. Transport, driving, loading, and unloading fuel, cash payment, proceed to pick up and deliveries, etc. B. During working hours, the driver is available to the company and to carry out the activities related to his job. Number 2, flexibility per 44 hours. Flexible hours extended to 44 hours as per national agreement in 2016. Overtime after the 44th hour. If the workers does the 8 hours for lack of work, you are entitled to full pay. Number 3, March 1, 2020, 17 euro until the end of the emergency. March 1 also of 2021, 18 euro. And March 1 of 2022, 19 euros. Number 4, for the drivers who do 39 hours, meal vouchers from 8 euros. Number 5, levels. In accordance with the principle of the new contractual rule on mobile worker levels, it's subdivided in current level, future level, and super minimum 14 monthly salary. For the current level, 3S, parameter 132. 3L, parameter 128. For the future level, G1, parameter 124. G1, parameter 124. In accordance with the 3S and 3L of the current level. Same as with the super minimum 14 monthly salary. Plus difference 3S dash G1. And then for the 3L and G1, plus difference 3L dash G1. Number 6. New applicants. After 36 months, switching to G1 with super minimum to 3L, except for the condition of best favor. A. Every 3 months at the request of the parties, joint verification in the individual units. B. Termination of the contract in the event of A as follows: breach of the CCNL's rules and this non-compliance agreement. Failure to comply with labor safety rules, and non-payment to supplementary pension, non-payment epilogue. And for the last, 5-day cooling clauses from trade union communication. Thank you for listening, and good luck to everybody.
Ciao a tutti, allora, state guardando questo video perché sta a spiegare ciò che abbiamo fatto nei mesi scorsi e quindi sta a parlare degli accordi nazionali che abbiamo stabilito nei mesi passati. Accordi che vanno vissuti, vanno spiegati, vanno capiti, vanno compresi fino in fondo per capire le migliorie che sono state riportate. Sono piccoli passi che hanno portato ad oggi ad un miglioramento nella sua complessità non indifferente rispetto al passato, e lo sappiamo. Quindi lo scopo di questo video è, data la difficoltà che in questo momento di emergenza si è venuta a creare e quindi la impossibilità di fare assembramenti, quindi ci siamo dovuti reinventare un sistema per poter comunicare e al tempo stesso spiegare e far vivere gli accordi. Come ripeto, accordi che sin dall'inizio vanno capiti e compresi, quindi fatti vivere. E come vanno fatti vivere per farli applicare? Votando. Ma prima di votare qualcosa, come detto prima, deve essere capita. Spero che questo video sia servito a voi per poterlo capire e facciamo di tutto il possibile per far vivere questo accordo e farlo applicare il prima possibile. Quindi rivendichiamolo. Ciao a tutti.